Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another spiritual awakening with Oladile and Kenny Dusuma. Eku back on Eku Dede with you.
Greetings, guys, and welcome back to our channel.
Yeah, today we're gonna do a continuation of what we talked about on the last broadcast, and that was why the one size fit all system does not work for everybody. The one size fits all system does not work for everybody. We've this society has created a kind of reality that we are meant to all fit into, but not everybody can fit into that system because it doesn't align with their spirituality, it doesn't align with their consciousness. Some people just kick against it because for some reason it doesn't feel right. We're in the same boat anyway because the reality that everybody seems to fit into doesn't seem to fit into our reality because basically that manufacture has been manufactured not by our creator but by human beings.
Yes.
And when you're doing the things that the creator does not put in your path, it kind of contradicts and does not align with you sometimes. So we, in our journey, on our spiritual journey, are kicking against that system. It's difficult to detangle yourself from the system because the system is basically so entrenched in everything we do.
Yes.
But when you know and understand the system, you can walk around it to actually embrace and manifest who the creator wants you to be. And that's the journey we're on. So Kenya's gonna go, she's gonna start with this basically. Let Kenya start and I'll come in afterwards.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Once again, uh, last week, like we said, we touched on the how the one size
Fits all system.
System is not for everyone.
Mm.
Uh, then we will just want to maybe touch and maybe just go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
I think the other day again, I was actually thinking about actually what's this reality that does everybody actually kind of live in their reality, or like we said, what we're living in is other people's reality. Individuals that just came up with these. Oh, this is how I want things done. This is how I want the structure of the society norm, the culture, the religion, even family expectation as well. I mean, the family, mom or dad could wake up and say, "Okay, kids, this is how I want you guys to live." This is the course I would like you guys to study when you go to uni. So you notice that most of the time people are living other people's reality. I mean, it's their reality. That's good for them. But when you're imposing your reality onto someone else, that's where the
I
problem
think
is.
kind of before you go on there, me and kind of will discuss this, and the reality we're talking about is societal reality.
Yeah, societal norms.
Societal norms, what they've made real, which is with the normals, which is basically not normal, but it's become a societal norm because it was created for us to fit into. So this is basically the reality we're talking about. I disagree with that reality because for me, it's not reality. It's just something that was created. But I'll let Kenda, you can carry on.
Yeah, the reason why I mentioned that the reality part of it is because even though you don't like it, but it becomes your reality because it's been imposed on you. So you just kind of
but like I said to you, I don't agree with the word reality because it's not a reality. It's a societal norm. It's not a reality.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It could be a society norm, like you said, but unfortunately, we start living this life that the way other people say we should live it as something that is real. We kind of how do I put it? It's like, okay, when you it's like you said, when you live a certain way for too long, what does that mean? It becomes something that you're used to. So you think about it as, oh, it's real now, because you live in this way for too long. It's like religion as well. Like we say, okay, the religious people will come up with some, I don't know, scriptures or way of life. Before you know, you start living that way. So it becomes, even though it's not your reality, but it becomes what you used to. So you start living that
way of life.
Way of life. So you start living that type of, what's it called, life. Yeah. So that is why I said, okay, you could disagree with me. But
I just, in terms of the use of the word, it's basically what I disagree with because we're talking English language and sometimes we need to be deliberate and
the way
in terms of how we use the word.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like I said, these are the things I've noticed in life, and like I said, I when I was young, I experienced this. That I used to like me, I'm someone that's so curious. I used to question God that was someone there when God was creating everyone, and was there a template of how one should live and survive, and or do human individuals just come up with this lifestyle that everybody then adopt, that you just have to just follow follow the norm, societal norm. So we were saying that as a spiritual awakening person, what happened is you start questioning these things, and it allows you to then sit back and and realize that, okay, actually you're not living your reality. You're living what other people have given to you. Because when you came into this world, of course, you kind of what's that word now? You're in the mercy of your parents, you're in the mercy of the society, in the mercy of everyone around you, because you have to follow what they told you to follow. But what we said last week was not everyone could actually fit into that little box,
that paradigm,
so that is why you notice that some people do struggle when it comes to fitting into a particular social norm or culture or whatever you want to call it, or religion. So I believe that when we start talking about these things, they actually allow people to then, I think they then look inward and then question some of the things that they don't used to question.
Yeah.
Because before you just, like I said, follow the whatever
follow the leader.
Or the leader, follow the leader, blindly.
Yeah.
But when you come into the realization, when the spiritual awakening kind of hit you, you start realizing that, okay, why am I living this way? That over the years I've been living other people's, way of life, not mine. And no wonder I'm not fulfilled. No wonder I'm not happy. No wonder I'm depressed. No wonder I feel stressed all the time. So this societal norm, like we said, societal norm, culture, religion, your parents' pressure or expectation, kind of mold you into a particular way. But then you think, oh, actually, I'm living my life, but you're not. You're not living your life. I mean, like you said, there was a story of the person the guy that is at the age of 70, was it 70 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, a 70-year-old then just realized, oh, actually, I've been living other people's.
He basically was a doctor, and
yes.
he was the best in his field. He was doing all sorts of things, and his parents were so proud of him. He had everything he needed in terms of living in this world, because he had a house, he had everything. He had everything.
He had all the trimmings.
He got all the honor. He had all the honors. He had basically all the doctorates and all the letters behind his name, and he was recognized. But it came to a point when he was about to go. There's one award that was supposed to go on to receive. Okay. As he was going to receive that award, then he looked at his parents, in the crowd. They were sitting in the front row, and they were watching him, and they were proud and they were gleeful, and the mother and everybody was chaperoning him. But they looked at them, and as he stood there, was about to go on it, and as he got to the podium, he stood there. He looked at them, and he goes, "You know what? All this while, I've been living a life that's made my parents proud of me."
Yes.
He's been living a life that's made his parents proud of him because of the parental expectations. And this happens to every parent, because you want your kid to be a lawyer, doctor, whatever. And the only reason you want them to be that is so that you can show them off amongst your peers and the people around you, to say, "Oh yeah, my son, my daughter's got this, But no, parents don't look at, what do your kids really want? What's going to make them happy?
Yeah.
What's going to make them actually fulfill their potential, away from the societal expectations? And that's the pressure that we put on every one of us the moment we're born. And this doctor just stood there and looked at them, and he could see them being happy. But he thought to himself, "But am I really happy?
Yes.
Am I really happy? Have I been happy all this while?" And then something just hit him and say, "You know what? I've been living this life that's not actually me. I never wanted to be a doctor, but because I was pressured into a doctor, because my parents wanted me to be a doctor, and I got very good at it. But what about me? What did I really want to do?"
Yes.
So as he stood on that podium and he was talking to them, and he goes to them guys, and he said to them, "I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad that you guys, love what do. You're proud of me. You're doing everything.
Because of my
but all this while, what I've been doing is to make you proud of me.
Yeah, to fulfill your dream, not my dream.
But in terms of me, I've not done what I was meant to do, fulfill my dreams and fulfill who I was meant to be."
Yes.
And then he basically told them that, "You know what? It's about time I become whom I want to be. And that is away from being a doctor." Obviously, the parents looked at it stunned and thinking, "Wow, But it gets to a point in one's life that you have to look away from societal pressure, parental pressure, for you to be who you are. And in our world today, and as we scour around and look, and this is going to be going on LinkedIn. It's a professional platform where people, you read my posts every single time. Everything we're doing is not really to fulfill who we're meant to be. It's societal. It's just trying to fit into the system, to survive in the system.
Yes.
Through doing what you're doing, you might just find something that aligns with your spirit. It happens.
Yes, true.
It does happen. That's something you do with align with your spirit. But the constructs that we're created to fit into is basically, it was manufactured by particular people. It's not of God. And if you look in the world today, you can see how corrupted all the systems are. The systems that we follow in the world today, I'm going to say here, the system that we follow, the Western civilization that we follow is actually built on deceit. All of it. There's no truth in it. It was built on manipulation, deceit, exploitation. All the civilization that we follow in the world today. Just look around you. And then we people dogmatically have followed.
Yes.
Trying to think that, this is basically our life calling.
Because we think that is the
so
way
we
of
fit
life.
all those careers that have been developed around the deceitful system is what's going to manifest and fulfill us.
Yeah, because we think that's the way of life.
Yeah.
We think that that's our norm. That's normal to everyone. And that's what we're meant to do. So when, like I said, when over the years, when these things are put in place, over the years, nobody will question it because it becomes the way of life. It's just that sometimes, even like I said, okay, with the doctor, so many people, could go to that, go for that kind of profession. Some actually might be okay, they end up, I enjoy what I'm doing, that's fine. But I've seen most people actually, even with that, them being successful in their profession, they still sad, they still feel unhappy, they feel unfulfilled, even doing it, even to their grave.
But the cane day, and like the doctor's story, and what that means is they might be enjoying it, but are you truly happy?
Yes.
Doing what
they're not happy doing it. And that's where the stress
question.
comes in. That's where stress
and not being able to actually tell people that I don't want to do this. Brings more stress.
Yeah, because you've gone too far.
Yeah.
I mean, all your life, this is all you know. So for you to then say, okay, now I'm going to stop at the age of what we said, the 70. So what you can still, it's not as if at 70 doesn't mean your life ends at 70. You can still do, but it's quite, come on, getting too late, to start picking yourself up and say, okay, this is what I want to do now. So even those people that we said, okay, they into this profession, they're good at it. Most of them still do not enjoy what they're doing. Let's be honest. Majority of them will tell you category that they don't enjoy what they do. It could be fulfilling them in the sense of when it comes to capital and money, earning money, be able to have, have a good life.
Have a good car.
Car,
holidays,
house. So they believe because of the trimmings that comes with it, they believe that's fine because at least.
But you're talking about the trimmings, but with the trimmings comes extra pressure because then you have to maintain those trimmings.
That's it.
You have to maintain the house, you may have to maintain the car, you have to maintain because of the money you send your kids to the best school.
Oh yes.
So you have to maintain that.
So you still.
So it's basically what you've done. You're hooked into the system because the system is giving this kind of lifestyle and status. So you have to stay. You have to stay in it to feed it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Which puts more pressure on you.
That, yeah. Because imagine you can't sustain it, which some people end up not doing. Maybe God forbid, some people actually fall ill. I mean, nobody knows tomorrow. Something even might happen. And I've seen cases that people were in that kind of profession, handing a lot of money, but unfortunately something happened. They fell ill, and they couldn't maintain those lifestyle because of sickness, illness that come upon them. So these are the things we're saying, that sometimes some things can happen that you never expect. So then your life will turn upside down. Then you start thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? Where do I go from here? Like I said, at the age of 50, 60, you'll be thinking, what do I do now? So what we're saying, like we mentioned, is when you come into yourself as a spiritual being, as a spiritual awakening person, you start realizing that most of what we were taught, most of what was imposed on us is not real.
No.
It's not real to us. It could be real to those people, but it's not real to us. But we just end up embracing that because that is all we know.
Yeah.
So that we have to even, and again, to fit into the society, you say, oh, you just have to follow it, because people will be looking at you weird if you say, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. This is none of it. They'll put it professional. I say, you'll be thinking, I don't want any of this thing. But then they will say, what do you want to do then? Seriously, people say, they say, well, I list all this, but it doesn't mean because someone doesn't find their profession in all the things that you list, doesn't mean they're useless. It doesn't mean they can't actually do things. They have their own mind. They have what they believe in within them so that they can do. But because you have to embrace whatever is in front of you, then you lost. You will do it. You pick one. It's okay. I might as well pick the nearest.
You embrace the reality that's created for you.
Yes.
But in terms of you manifesting and being yourself, you lose yourself.
You wouldn't.
We've got to that stage in our lives where for people who watch and follow me on our Kevlar Awakening series on LinkedIn, the post, we've come to that stage where your spiritual awakening makes you see things for what you are, for what it is. Because because if you're spiritually awakened and you're conscious of everything around you, you question everything. And the more you question things, the more you see how things are perverted and things have become deceitful and exploitative. And when you're spiritually awakened, if you're truly spiritually awakened, you don't want to be part of that anymore. There's something in you. There's something in you that your spirit just rejects that. This is. And in as much as we're trying to fit into this and do what we need to do, but you can still navigate your way around that system to do what you need to do.
Have no choice.
But because you have no choice, but find a way around it and do what you need to do. But acknowledging the system is flawed and faulty, and it's not our reality. It's the first thing, which a lot of people don't want to, because a lot of people, like I said, we have all these academicians, people who go to university to get all these degrees based on the systems that was created. Your relevance is linked to the system. Your education is linked to the system. Your actual person, the person who you are, your spirit is not linked to that.
It's not linked to that.
It's not linked to that.
You're doing it for the society.
Yeah, it's a system. It's because the system, the 9 to 5 that we're talking about today was created by Henry Ford.
Yes, imagine.
In America,
and
that's basically we adopted it because they're the ones behind the current industrial revolution. They created it. So those Americans created our reality today, and we Africans embraced it. And people would say, there's a book by Walter Rodney that says how Africa was underdeveloped, and I'm gonna say that title, Africa was never underdeveloped.
Yes.
Africa was where it was meant to be in its point in time where it was. We had everything we needed, and we were perfectly okay.
Even to define whether someone.
The thing is that and they came in with a so-called civilization to say we were underdeveloped, whereas despite the fact that we are the original civilization. These Caucasians, the Greeks and Romans, came to Africa to copy everything they know till today. And then because of them, what's the word I'm going to use? These people have a kind of mindset that is basically, is it perverted mindset? They know how to manipulate things.
They like to control everything.
They like to control everything.
They like to play God. I said it last time.
Yeah.
They always love to play God in everything, and they like to be in control, in charge of everything.
And then
charge of human, charge of animal, name it.
They basically, and if you see the world today, they're basically coming away from nature. Every natural process is being pushed away. There's reinventing everything.
I was already there.
And when people are moving away from nature, there is a problem there. And these so-called religious people don't seem to get that. Because if you said you're spiritually awakened and you're supposed to be religious and you don't see these flaws, then there's a problem.
And the packaging, that's another problem. The way, you look at something on the outside, it looks so nice and glossy because of the way they package. They're very good at packaging things, and the inside, just all you have to just look a little bit deeper. You find that whatever the packaging is actually totally horrible, evil. But because the outside looks so glossy, most people don't don't realize this. So it takes someone.
They don't peel off the layers.
Deep thinking.
Yeah, they don't peel off the layers
Yes.
to see how, what's behind the
Yeah,
glossiness.
well, yeah. It takes someone with deep thinking to go beyond what is on the surface, to know that what is behind is actually not as what they think it is. It's just
all that glitters is not gold.
Well, that is all the glitters is not gold. But most of us, we've been conditioned to actually believe that everything that looks so glossy, so shiny, is absolutely wonderful. Even we Africans, look at most of our stuff, we reject it.
Yeah.
Because we were told that our stuff is not good. The way of life is not good. Our materials, whatever we do, whatever we prepare, whatever we create, it's as if, it's not shiny enough. So that means it's not good.
And then I've said this before. Africa was never perfect.
No.
We had our flaws. But like I said in the last broadcast, the Western civilization was worse than ours. The Dark Age was worse than ours. I said that in the last broadcast. But there are things that work for us. And you can never throw away things that works for you and embrace things that are not working for you. What we Africans have done is, absorbed all the negatives of the West, and we've thrown away what worked for us. So now we've lost identity. We lost who we are because we're trying to fit into systems that are great for us to fit into.
Even then, when you mentioned that, nobody's perfect. I mean, maybe like you said, over the years, we all evolve.
We change,
We change. You learn new things before you know what I know 5 years ago. I know more now than 5 years ago. So we evolve, we know more, we learn more things. So we better ourselves. So I'm sure if we were left alone, the way Africa should be left alone, we will have progressed. And unfortunately, how are we going to find that out? Because we were being, invaded, that we so-called uncivilized people came and, whatever, because we're not civilized. So these are the things sometimes I realize that if you leave just leave people alone. Let people be. Don't play God in anybody's life. But unfortunately, the way the world is going on is people just want to play God. You want to label something, you want to control something. It's a control, power hungry. So and that's why you could see even siblings, among family, because we've adopted that kind of behavior. Even society, you go to places, people just want to, it's as if they want to impose themselves on you. They want to tell you what to do. They want to control you. They want to control your thinking, your doing, your saying. So everybody has actually adopted this control way of life that is actually detriment to people's life. So nobody is themselves anymore.
No.
Because the world that we live in is very, very, very manipulative,
So in conclusion, what I would say is, not everybody can fit into the system. No. If you're truly spiritually awakened, you will see the system, you'll see the flaws in the system, and you are going to try to get away from it. If you're still fitting into it, that means you're not there yet. In as much as, like Kende said, we can't get away because it's basically what we have. But you find a way to circumvent the deceit and the exploitation systems that we're following. Because our Creator never wanted us to live this way.
No.
All we were meant to do was nurture nature and look after environment. That's what we need to. That's what we need to do. We had everything. Basically, the Creator gave us everything we needed to exist in this world. It never left us wanting for anything. But sadly, look at us today. We've commodified everything. Now, the things that were meant to be natural to us, for us to eat and be okay, be monetized. It's been commodified. Now there's poverty. That's the society we have. That's my conclusion. Kende.
When you said the word, there's a what did you say last? Commodified. Okay. And like we said, then there's another definition. There's another way of the group. One is poor and one is rich. And like we said, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks or so, I don't know, a month ago, we mentioned about how people then will put other people in a particular box. Oh, this one is poor, this one is rich. Who created poor? Who created rich? God, like I said, created this world. All the things that we need is here. So why would some people be poor and why would some people be rich? Why do we have rich and poor? Why should there be the word poor and the word,
Yeah,
and they will say the Bible will say, oh, the poor we you must have among you. Who said that?
No.
And these are the things that we keep saying, that people put things in place, manufacture these things, and then everybody stamp it and believe that should be the case. There has to be poor people. No, nobody should lack, because what the Creator has created everything. All that we need is here. So I mean, that's my conclusion when you said that.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.
You take care. God bless.